Saan ka nakakita na dalawang kongresista, hating gabi, nasa bundok, anong ginagawa nila doon? May kasamang bata sa NPA area.
When you were recruited sa CPP, estudyante ka pa lang?
Yes.
Doon
I
sa
was
loob
a
ng UP
yes.
Diliman?
Yes, sir.
Sino nag-recruit sa'yo?
Kevin Castro.
Sino yung nag-communicate sa'yo? Makumilit ang
Dalawang
anak mo?
council student, sir.
Ang pangalan?
Pangalan,
Pangalan? Naisel?
Naisel May Bisaya.
Naisel May Bisaya. Ano pa isa? Calvin Luigi
Sarzuelo.
Sarzuelo.
Yes, sir.
May mga picture ka nito nila?
Yes, sir, mayroon.
Ito namimihasan itong mga bata, ito pang recruit ng mga kabataan na para pumunta sa armado. Kailangan ba nanagot itong mga tao na ito?
I was recruited as early as 2014 by Alay Sining, UP Diliman. Connected talaga siya. As in, Alay Sining, UP Diliman chapter. And, you know who recruited
Pakiulit, Kate,
me?
Alay Sining?
Alay Sining, UP Diliman. Recognized organization at the time ng UP. And actually, yung nag-recruit sa akin ay member ng College of Education Student Council, and that was Kevin Castro. If you know what happened to Kevin, he died in an encounter sa Pulilok, Quezon around 2018. So, these aren't allegations kasi I myself graduated from UP 2019, joined the NPA right after my graduation because the recruitment happened within UP grounds. How did it happen? Ang nagre-recruit sa amin is members ng student council. And they use venues sa loob ng UP to conduct underground organizations using the name of student council, at the time recognized organization Anak Bayan, Alay Sining, no. We use these university venues, the halls of UP, no, to conduct underground activities. I remember one time member ng student council ang nagpa-reserve para magkaroon ng cultural night ang Kabataang Makabayan, which is illegal. No, it's an NDF organization operating underground. And you know what we did within UP grounds? No, as KM Cultural Night, we collected support from students na ipapadala namin sa NPAs. And that's happening, no, inside the universities. And you know, these aren't allegations because I was there. And how do these organizations remain to be recognized? I don't know at present, no, if recognized pa tong mga organizations na to. I think before nung nasa UP ako, nagkaroon ng issues na hindi ma-recognize yung mga frats na involved sa violence. Pero what about these organizations, no, na inciting violence? I remember way back, no, Anak Bayan and LFS conducted pagpupugay. I don't know if you know that. But they were very proud, no, na maraming mga estudyante ang namamatay as NPA. Na they were proud na alumni nila yon, no. I can only name a few. I think student ng UP si Len Dumanais na namatay bilang NPA sa Abra. Student ng UPLB si Rona Jane Manalo, na kasamahan kong NPA sa Palawan. Namatay siya sa encounter, nabuhay ako. Magkasama kami sa encounter na yon. Sino pa ba? JC Alberto ng UPLB. And I know them because we all previously worked as student council. I was then counselor of College of Education Student Council. Raul Manuel was chairperson of College of Arts and Sciences, UP Visayas. And sino pa ba? Kevin Castro, chairperson namin. There are lots of students, no, members of student council who eventually joined the NPA. And that's not that's not cut off na after nila mag-UP saka sila nag-NPA. No, they were recruited while we were inside. No, and how did this happen? Kasi nga these organizations are doing this, no, within UP grounds, no. Some of them recognized at that time, recognized ang Alay Sining UP Diliman, kaya nakakagamit kami ng mga venues ng UP na kapag apply kami ng permit for activities within UP. And what I think, I don't know if alam to ng mga professors or what, pero we conduct educational discussions na ang nilalaman is armed revolution. No, and it's not just the theory lang ng hindi siya theory lang ng armed revolution. No, what we are being taught inside the universities is armed revolution currently launched by CPP NPA is correct. Activity yan ng ng Anak Bayan, ng Alay Sining within the universities. They just use the name.
Kate, may we know kung yung activity na yun, sanction yun ng school?
Yes. They allowed open discussion, pero they don't really pag nagpunta ka talaga doon, the title of the activity is Philippine Society and Revolution. So, kung sige, didiscuss lang siguro nila yung history, blah, blah, blah. Pero in the end of that, yung, MKLRP yan Maikling Kurso sa Lipunan at Rebolusyong Pilipino. And what is the conclusion of that is you have to agree na you support armed revolution launched by the CPP NPA. No? That's part of indoctrination in our ako doon nagsimula yung recruitment ko. Kasi if you agree to that, in my case, when I was a freshman, I attended this educational discussion called Maikling Kurso sa Lipunan at Rebolusyong Pilipino. And I showed parang agree, or I think at that time open-minded ako na parang I think what they're doing is right kasi what they're telling me is it's needed, it's necessary. After that, apparently assessment pala yun na if I as student, I was then 16 years old, 2014. If I showed at the slightest hint na agree ako sa armed struggle being launched by the NPA is nasa pool of recruitment na ako for underground. A month after, I was recruited into Kabataang Makabayan. 6 months after, I was recruited into the Communist Party of the Philippines. And by 2018, I already joined immersion into NPA camp sa NPA Lucio de Guzman Command sa Mindoro.
When you were recruited sa CPP, estudyante ka pa
Yes.
Doon
I
sa
was
loob ng UP
yes.
Diliman?
Yes, sir.
Sino nag-recruit sa'yo?
Kevin Castro.
Kevin Castro.
He was a spokesperson of the National Youth.
Andyan pa ba siya? Andyan pa ngayon?
Patay na, sir. He
Patay na.
died as an NPA in Polillo Island, Quezon.
Okay. Please continue.
So, yun. I think marami akong naging, after ko ma-recruit, kapag ka kasi ang isang estudyante is from this organization, na Alay Sining, they recruited underground from Alay Sining, by Alay Sining members. Recruit sila into KM, kasi si Kevin, Alay Sining siya nun. Parehas kaming Alay Sining. Pero after our activities sa Alay Sining, ni-recruit niya ako sa KM. And eventually, dahil receptive ako sa KM and active ako sa activities na binibigay sa akin ng KM, ni-recruit niya ako sa Communist Party of the Philippines. And yung Communist Party of the Philippines sa loob ng UP is binibigyan kami ng tasking to recruit more. And one of the ways na hindi pinapabayaan ng Communist Party na mabitawan namin is yung student council. So, right after yung second year ko, 2015 to 2016, inutusan ako ng Communist Party of the Philippines to run for student council para yung susunod na freshman, ma-recruit ko. So, parang yung ginagawa ni Kevin ng freshman ako is gagawin ko pag second year na ako. So, ganun yung process. No? So, ayun, that is what is currently happening. No? Even with the rigorous na organization recognition process na you have to submit. Na-comply nga yun ng Alay Sining na nagpasa kami ng everything, ng our finances. Ang requirement lang before, I think, at least 15 members, magpasa ka ng names plus yung enrollment forms nila, pwede na. And then, yung list of activities with pictures. Kasi naging chairperson ako ng Alay Sining UP Diliman. So, I complied all these documents na nagpasa ko. Recognized kami. So, if you're recognized, you can request for the use of venues within UP Diliman and everything. Pero, we weren't really doing what we were saying we were doing. Hindi naman talaga, yun lang yung ginagawa. Kung ano yung pinasa namin, hindi lang yun yung ginagawa namin. So, yun yung way, no? Kung sinasabi ko to ngayon para marinig ng ating mga administrators ng universities how we do it despite everything that you've said na you're one with us, you are our partners. No, we all do not want more students joining the NPA. Kasi ako, it's something personal for me kasi all those names I mentioned, those were my friends, no, who died during I was only kami, no, maswerte lang kami na no, we survived through our NPA stint, no, pero you know, we're here to tell you how it is done. So we can work together to actually, you know, if we can't really stop it, then at least, you know, make it difficult for them to recruit our students into the armed movement. Kasi you can say that these are allegations, but it's true. Because I can speak for myself and for those I have recruited. I think this also happened, if you think this only happens in state universities, it's not. It happened in UST, LaSalle, and FEU. And I can say this because by 2018, nilabas na ako ng komite ng CPP sa UP sa National Youth and Students Bureau. Yun ang bureau ng Communist Party of the Philippines na nakatutok sa recruitment between national universities. So, para lang magka-idea kayo. That includes the Big Four schools, UST, LaSalle, Ateneo, and other members of UAAP. So, naput ako sa Indoctrination Bureau, so yung ED Bureau ng NYSB, o National Youth and Students Bureau ng CPP. And pinag-supervise ako ng indoctrination for UST, LaSalle, and FEU. And one of the members ng UST, Anak Bayan, na also na-recruit into NPA. So if you think this only happens in in state universities, may na-recruit din ang CPP into NPA sa UST. And she's still currently active. NPA sa Northern Samar, Irish Rodriguez. I don't think identified na siya kasi nung nakita ko yung mga wanted posters dun sa kumalat na NPA ako recruitment video ng Northern Samar, unidentified pa si Irish eh. Pero siya yung short-haired girl doon. And I recognize her kasi nakatrabaho ko siya nung indoctrination ako ng NYSB sa UST. So, yun. I'm here to tell you how it happened. How they persist even with all these rigorous processes for organizations to exist in UP. And I'm here to, kung pwede ngang nahihirapan nga yung mga fraternities na mag-apply sa organization recognition, gawa ng meron silang issue ng hazing. Bakit kaya pa rin ma-recognize ng Anak Bayan given na yung activities nila is very proud sila na yung alumni nila ay namamatay as NPA. And that's public knowledge. Hindi naman yan mahirap i-research. Search na lang yung Facebook page nila at nagpo-post sila doon ng mga pagpupugay kay Kevin Castro dahil namatay siyang NPA. Terrorist organization na nga NPA and they're proud na yung members nila ay napupunta doon. Isn't that enough para hindi sila i-recognize? I don't know how I can help you as UP administrators, but here I am telling you how it happened para I think ma-understand.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the permission, sir, because I need to leave by 12. I need to attend the graduation in Cavite. Regarding the National Youth Commission, our mandate is to enjoin the Filipino youth towards nation building. Ang ibang pangalan ng NYC law is Youth in Nation Building Act. Kaya kung makikita nyo yung batas namin at mandato namin sa NYC, talagang kailangan namin yayain yung mga kabataang Pilipino na mag-participate sa government programs or mag-create ng activities para makatulong sila sa taong bayan. For example, principles of the NYC law, promotion and protection of the physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual well-being of the Filipino youth. Inculcation in the youth of patriotism and nationalism, encouragement of youth involvement in character building and nation building. Sa tingin ko, hindi lang bilang National Youth Commission Chairman, bilang isang dating UP Diliman, ROTC Corps Commander, ang aking asawa, doon ko rin nakilala sa UP, ang aking kapatid, doon rin galing sa UP. Ang problema, ang pagkakamali, minsan natotolerate natin. Minsan, pag binabanatan yung mga NPA na napatay na galing UP o PUP, minsan doon sa mga forum natin sa UP, minsan parang lalabas pa, defend UP or something about school spirit. It is not regarding school spirit. It is not regarding the achievements of the university. For example, pag kausap ko sina Raul Manuel sa Kabataan Party List, sinasabi ko, yung mga advocacies nyo sa Kabataan Pilipino, marami dyan, sinusuportahan ko rin. Marami dyan nakakatulong sa bayan. Pero pag may napapatay kayong miyembro na NPA at hindi kayo nagsasalita, dun nawawalan ng significance yung ibang achievements ninyo dahil sa hindi nyo pagkondena, dun nyo na-tolerate yung ibang miyembro nyo mag-NPA. We cannot say na ang dami namin nagawa para sa bansa. Ang dami naming advocacy para sa bansa. Pero pag meron tayong mag-aaral, meron tayong miyembro, meron tayong alumni na napapatay bilang terorista, we cannot cover it up na ang dami namin nagawa sa bansa, kaya yan, isolated case. Siguro pag isa kang school na meron kang napatay na NPA na miyembro, baka isolated case isang miyembro. O sabihin mo na 3. Pero kung 10, 20, 50, 100 alumnus ninyo o miyembro ng inyong organisasyon ay napatay bilang teroristang NPA, merong something na problema na hindi natin tinututukan doon. Ang masabi ko sa inyo, dito sa 6 na taong ko sa National Youth Commission, nakita natin, nagtulong-tulong ang buong gobyerno mula 89 guerrilla fronts, 7 na lang ngayon. Ibig sabihin, effective yung NTF-ELCAC, yung pagtutulungan ng iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno. Ngayon, wala ka nang lalaban ng mga balangay, pulutong ng NPA kasi naubos na talaga sila. Marami ring matatandang NPA, sumuko na. So, saan tumututok ang NPA ngayon? Sa pag-recruit sa mga kabataang Pilipino at sa mga estudyante to replenish their ranks. For example, recently, na-convict si Congresswoman Franz Castro ng ACT Teachers Party List na nagdadala ng kabataan sa NPA area. Hindi ako yung nagsabi na NPA area yung pinagdadalahan. Yun mismo sa RTC decision nakalagay, dinadala yung kabataan in the middle of the night sa NPA area, endangering their lives. Doon na lang, mag-iisip tayo. Wala naman sigurong ganun kabobo dito sa hearing na to sa Senado. Puro matatalino pinapadala dito. Saan ka nakakita na 2 kongresista, hating gabi, nasa bundok, anong ginagawa nila doon? May kasamang bata sa NPA area. Pwede nating i-exaggerate. May freedom of travel, may freedom of speech and everything. Anong ginagawa ng 2 kongresista? Nagdadala ng bata sa kabundukan na merong NPA in the middle of the night. Kaya nagtaka yung RTC doon, kaya nila kinonvict for endangering the lives of the Filipino youth. Pangalawa, yung kina Raul Manuel, pag-usapang NPA na, nahihirapan na rin siya makipagdebate. Kasi hindi niya kinokondena. For example, tong Akbayan, sa 6 na taon, kinokondena ako na Akbayan. Pero hindi namin sila kinukondena. Bakit? Wala naman nanggagaling na NPA sa kanila eh. It is a political stand. Baka kaalyado sila ng previous administrations. They are attacking the appointees of the new administration. Okay lang yon. That is part of the government and the government discussions. Mga policies ng gobyerno. Walang nag-NPA mula doon sa Akbayan eh. Kahit banatan kami ng banatan, kahit pag-resignan kami, okay lang, we understand their stand, their policies, advocacies. Pero yung sa Kabataan Party List, Kaya ko sabihin diretso eh. Kabataan Party List eh. Meron kayong miyembro na napapatay bilang NPA eh. Hindi nyo kinokondina. Kung kinokondina nyo, baka mag-stand kami kasama ninyo sa pagkondina ninyo. Eh hindi nyo kinokondina eh. Diyan nagsisimula yung vagueness ng red tagging at academic freedom eh. 'Di ba? Pag hindi mo kinokondina, it is bordering to toleration. 'Di ba? For example, sa UP Diliman, magja-jogging kami, makita mo, Viva CPP NPA. Wala naman yata napaparusahan na nag-vandalize doon, Viva CPP NPA. But if you do that vandalism, siguro sa UST o sa isang private university, hahanapin ng university kung sino nag-vandalize noon at anong student organization noon. Pero dito sa atin, sa government institutions, we are not finding kung sino mga naggaganon. Yun yung pinaka-minor ha. Vandalism. What more in recruitment? Nandiyan sina Kate, galing UP Diliman mismo. They became NPA members. Hindi natin kaya sabihin na nire-red tag na naman yung UP at PUP. We can just rely on the records of the government. Ilan yung miyembro nyo, alumnus ninyo, estudyante ninyo na napatay as NPA. 'Di ba? Isipin na lang po natin, karamihan naman dito merong anak. Nagpakahirap kayo magluwal ng anak, mag-aruga ng anak, hanggang makapag-aral ng pre-elementary, elementary, high school. Kahit ba anak ninyo, papayagan ninyo ma-recruit, papunta sa NPA sa bundok, hindi nyo na makasama. Baka pag patungkol na sa ating mga anak, magiging aktibo tayo. Pero pag anak ng iba, hindi tayo ganun ka-aktibo. Ito sinasabi ko sa gobyerno in the past 6 years. Pinapasweldo tayo lahat bilang opisyal ng gobyerno. Bakit hindi natin tutukan talaga yung recruitment ng NPA na yan? Para matapos-tapos na. I am not saying na tutukan yung pag-demolish dun sa ideology, dun sa ideas nung bata. Kasi ganun rin naman sa akbayan eh. Lumalaban sila minsan sa gobyerno, they are criticizing the government leaders, lagi. But none of their members become NPA fighters and terrorists. Kaya okay lang sila. Sa atin, kung meron tayong mag-aaral, meron tayong estudyante, meron tayong kabataan na napupunta sa bundok, hindi na nga kailangan sabihin na dapat ma-alerto na tayo. Ang tagal-tagal na nung problemang yon. Alam nyo, nare-realize ko kung anong problema dito sa atin sa gobyerno eh. The problem is so big na iniisip natin sa gobyerno, hanggang kailan ba termino ko sa NYC? Hanggang kailan ba termino ko sa UP? Hanggang kailan ba termino ko sa Senado? Hanggang kailan ba termino ko bilang mayor o barangay captain? Naku, yung issue na yan, di makakatulong sa akin yan sa karir ko. Kasi mawalan ka ng boto. Mapaaway ka pa sa school mo. Pero as of now, we are government officials being paid by the Filipino people. Sa tingin ko, sa 115 million Filipinos, hindi siguro bababa sa 100 milyon dyan ang nabibwisit sa NPA. Nanununog ng cell sites na nakaka-disrupt sa mga signals nila. Nanununog ng mga truck at equipment ng construction, nangingikil sa mga businessmen, entrepreneur. At isipin na lang ninyo, pinapatay nila yung mga pulis, sundalo at kapwa Pilipino. Yung mga pulis at sundalo natin, marami doon mahihirap lang rin na nag-apply at naglilingkod sa ating bansa. Iniisip ko nga dyan gusto ko rin itanong yan ba't pag namamatay yung pulis at sundalo, wala tayong masyadong sinasabi. Hirap na yung pamilya ng pulis at sundalo kumuha ng benefits. Napatay yung anak nila ng NPA. Pero pag merong napatay na NPA, syempre lalabas na dyan lahat ng grupo. Dating member ng karapatan and everything, democratic, ganto yan. Sinasabi ko, inuulit ko ngayon, the only reason kung bakit lumalala yung red tagging na yan, is because tinotolerate natin yung vagueness ng mga termino, academic freedom. Okay lang pag-aralan lahat ng ideologies at ideas. Okay nga lang pag-aralan yung rebellion eh. Pero when your students, your members, bear arms against the government, against our republic, dapat na magsalita yung universidad na yun, hindi namin tinotolerate yun. Hindi yun, pupunta tayo sa Senado, dito lang natin sasabihin yung magagandang gusto marinig ng senador. We contribute to the vagueness of the problem. Kung si Raul Manuel, kinokondena niya yung members na napapataya sa NPA, tapos ang usapan. He is not tolerating. If UP and PUP condemn alumni members who become NPA or students who become NPA, tapos ang problema. But as long as we do not speak against this youth recruitment on a regular day, we tolerate on regular days for it to happen. Siyempre dito, pagharap natin sa senador, gusto natin na makaalis na dito, mabigay sa senador kung anong gusto niya marinig. Ganun rin pag budget hearing. Pero sinasabi ko sa inyo, lahat tayo dito, marami dito, pinapasweldo ng taong bayan at ng gobyerno. At habang nandito tayo, mandato natin ipatupad ang batas na dalhin ang mga kabataang Pilipino towards nation building, create productive activities for the Filipino youth. Ito, last na sir. Dito kasi sa sinasabi natin dito, enjoin the Filipino youth to become nationalistic and patriotic. Who will say kung ano yung sense of patriotism? Kasi naging LFS ako sa UP Los Baños eh. Pwede natin sabihin na ang pag-bear ng arms is a very patriotic act. Kaya nga sasali sa Kabataang Makabayan eh. KM eh, Makabayan nga eh. Who will tell those students that those activities are not really nationalistic, patriotic, and contributory to nation building? Magulang? Paaralan? Ako sinasabi ko na ngayon, dapat merong mag-draw the line doon sa mga activities ng mga mag-aaral. Hindi doon sa ideas, kahit doon na lang sa pagkondena. Ang tanong ko, kinokondena ba ng mga paaralan, yung mga alumni na nag-NPA? And lastly, bakit sa lahat ng state colleges and universities, bakit meron tayong D&D accord with UP and PUP? Alam nyo, ito nakaka-contribute dyan eh. Bawal pumasok yung government troops sa UP o sa PUP. Dati nga may naghahasa sa UP Diliman, kailangan pa magpaalam ng PNP bago makapasok. Nandun na yung naghahasa, nandun yung bangkay, malapit sa checkpoint ng UP Diliman. Why, bakit tayo merong ganong accord? Eh nagagamit yan, naaabuso yan ng ibang NPA. Pag bumababa sila sa metropolitan area, syempre doon sila tatambay sa area na hindi pwedeng makapasok ang tropa ng gobyerno. How come na meron tayong government-funded institutions na bawal protektahan at isecure ng tropa ng government? Diba? Yun lang po ang sinasabi ko. And yun po, madami ako masabi dyan. Kaya lang for the past 6 years, talagang pagod na ako dito sa issue na ito. At tinuturo na nga ng mga dating rebelde, nagaling rin sila dito sa school natin, ayaw pa natin talagang tutukan kung sino yung nagre-recruit dun mismo sa campuses natin. Yun lang po.
Thank you, Ayusi Cardema. Indeed, it's really